Okay, guys, well, welcome. I think I don't think, Michelle, you and I have not met. For those who haven't met me or you're watching the replay, I am Connie and I do social media management. I do content creation. So some people just want their content created, they copy and paste it, makes it really easy. And then I also do a lot of tripwires, email opt-ins. I have that giftedness of vision, plus being able to be techie, plus creative. Don't know why God gifted me that way, but he did. So today we're going to talk a little bit. I'm going to do a couple reviews of a couple people's pages that they asked about. And one of it goes into the question that she actually had. And then I'm going to answer y'all's questions. If you have a question as we go along, if you'll put it in the chat, just make sure it goes to all panelists, all participants. Then everybody can kind of see that because somebody else may have that same question. Okay, so we're gonna do a few reviews first. I'm gonna look at this from a mobile, okay? And here's why I always do reviews from mobile on pages. 95% of your traffic to your Facebook page is gonna come from mobile, okay? And that number has went even higher from the last data because of virus stuff that we've all been walking through. So I always like to look at it from mobile because that will tell you what people are seeing. Okay, so let me share this right quick. Okay, so I want you guys to look at this with me, okay? So I'm gonna only go through 6 posts of hers, okay? I want you to look at how many links go outside of Facebook, okay? How many links are shares, okay? Because all of that, because she even had a question, like she has 140,000 people, my page is dead, I have no engagement. I hear this multiple times a day, all the time. So we're gonna take a look so you guys can see on mobile. I'm sure she sized it the way PicMonkey Canva said. You have to really watch your cover photo, okay? So what I do on anybody I look at it from my iPhone and I have a friend who has an Android and I have her look at it on her phone, okay? Because different phones, different sizes. So let's talk about her cover for just a second. This is Jennifer West. Her site's called Pink Win. So your billboard, your cover photo is your billboard. So you're driving down the highway, you see Pink Win, and you have to think, would I get off to go explore this? Okay, that's what people are seeing. So you can see like we're missing some of the photos. So if she's saying easy recipes, DIY, I think it said craft somewhere, is that showing? It's not a great billboard. I probably would change the photos up a little bit. You can also do a video photo there. That's always a great thing to do. But let's look at her 6 posts, okay? I'm only gonna go through 6 posts. So we're not getting any engagement. That's what she said. My page is dead. I can't get any engagement. So let's look at this. Great story. Have some videos. So y'all, this is what people are doing. They're scrolling. Okay, so here we have post 1 20 hours ago, and it was something she shared from somebody or she screenshot from somebody. Okay, so when I hear people say I'm not getting engagement, the first question I say, and it's in a training that I'm about to put out, are you asking them a question? Did she ask them a question? No. Okay, will they respond to some of that? Probably. So you can see a few people responded, 2 shares, 13, but some of it, she's simply not asking questions. And it may not be something that her ideal customer even really wants to look at. So here we've got another one. Again, no question. Funny as heck, it had 22 shares. Okay, so it's resonating with people, but if she had asked a question, those comments would have been like, she would have had a ton of comments. Okay. Here we've got brownie cookies that make me want to go take a brownie mix and make some cookies. So here's the thing, you guys, when you put links outside, Facebook will always, when you go in and look at your data, Facebook will, that reach will always be lower. Okay, so she has an amazing Facebook group. So your link should be only 1 out of every 4 posts. So I love, what I'm doing right now with a client is she has an amazing Facebook group. We are sending them to the Facebook group where in the units we have dessert, dinner, breakfast. And so we're tagging them on the post topics, but then we're also putting them in the units. Okay, so you're still getting the blog traffic because in a group you can put as many links as you want, y'all. And Facebook doesn't care. Okay, so if she were to say, and again, there's no question here, right? So a good question of this would be, you know, do you love brownies? And then you've got to give them a little bit of why do they want to click this? Why do they want to go look at this? Okay, so I'm going to teach you in a training like exactly how to write these posts so that you get a ton more engagement. Okay, and then here we go. We're 3 days ago, and what do we have? Another link. So we've got a lot of links here. Okay, and then she's sharing from somebody else. So when you share from somebody else, Facebook is giving them credit and isn't always showing that to your people. I hear people say all the time, the stupid algorithm. Y'all, we mess up the algorithm. It's not Facebook. You can totally beat the algorithm. All the algorithm is it's this computer program that says, Michelle loves to see XYZ. Because most people, I mean, how many pages do y'all think you have that you follow? Hundreds, right? You can't see all of those. So the ones that you engage with the most, the ones that you see the most, the ones that you're on the most, are the ones that are going to show up in your feed first. Okay, so you want some original, not sharing everybody else's stuff. Okay, and I'm going to do one more here. So then we've got an ad, which is cool. I still probably would have put that. This would have been my link. The other thing that Facebook doesn't like at all are those bit.ly links. They drop that link, they drop that engagement even more. Okay, so Jennifer, you need some original content and you need to be talking to them, asking them questions, and using that Facebook group to really move the recipes. Okay, let me give y'all one more page to look at. Let me pull this up right quick. Any questions about that? Anybody else guilty? Putting a lot of links? I'm gonna pull this other one up and then we'll look at it right quick. Okay. Oh, it's gonna make me do it again. Okay, so this is the how-to home. What do y'all notice first about that cover photo? Totally cut off, right? Yeah, one of the things is you don't need to put a logo, your name, anything in that cover, okay? Because it's already in your name. So her cover needs to have, what does she do? There's some towels there. I know what she does because I just helped her. But if I was a stranger coming to this, I'd be like, do you sell towels or are those sheets? Like, what the heck? I don't know what that is. Okay. And then you've got a book I can kind of see. So I'm not really sure what you do if I'm just randomly coming through Facebook and looking at you. Okay, so take the logo off, really show that, okay? So again, let's look at 6 posts. Okay, so here's a great one. So this is a partnership, so this is an ad, okay? And is there a question? Great question for this one would be, when do you put up your Christmas tree? Is it too soon? A better question would be, is it too soon to put up your Christmas tree? Because I'm telling you, people in their opinions would like go cray cray, right? Because I mean, you've got these people, like there would be people that would be like, you do not put that thing up till after Thanksgiving. Like Thanksgiving night, that thing goes up. And then there's some people that have it up all year long. But you have to put a question there, okay? And again, we've got a link, so that engagement is always going to be a little bit less, okay? So we've got 1 share, 4 people, one of those is her, so we'll count that as 3. And then we've got some shares, okay? She does a lot of cleaning, so you know it's okay to share other people's stuff. You only want to do it about once a week, okay? And there needs to be like a question up there. Like this would be hilarious. I did this on a page the other day, asked them like which way the toilet paper should go. And I mean, the comments were like crazy. So I would put up here, like, what is the one thing that your family does that makes you crazy? Or something about the toilet paper. Because you could get a ton of people with their comments there. Because it had 2 shares. You had a ton of people laughing, doing all of that. The other thing you want to make sure is when you're putting stuff in, put spaces, use emojis. Don't go cray cray with emojis, but use arrows. Like keep them looking down and reading. Okay, so this space here is like so important. But we've got another link. Okay, so we're on post 3 and we've had 2 links. Post 4, there's another link. And I've seen this one go around everywhere. I think all the ladies are super excited about the countdown to Hallmark Channel. Like she used some emojis. That question needs to be at the top, space down, give them a little bit of information, and then be able to help them do something with that. And then we've got another one, again, no question. You guys, hashtags, they're rolling them out on Facebook, but right now, don't use them on Facebook. Okay, also don't share from Instagram to Facebook. If you're gonna, you can actually go into Creator Studio and schedule both your Instagram and your Facebook and pull photos for both of those. But you don't want to share from Instagram because it's just not. See, I can tell this is Instagram because it says link in bio. I can tell exactly that she shared it from Instagram. And it doesn't make sense to her people. So we've got link after link after link. So the biggest thing she needs to do is create some conversation posts, get people talking, take the links and put them in your Facebook group. Okay, there's just an easier way to do that. Okay, so those were the 2 that asked for reviews. Let me stop share here. Any questions? I see a question. So Candy said, I see food bloggers post a recipe, no questions or anything. They get shared like 200 times, tons of comments, but they're just tags, not actual words or real comments. How are they getting all those comments and shares? It doesn't look organic. It probably is organic. They could be running an ad. Sometimes you don't know that unless you go to the ad library. If they have a good following, Like if it's a larger page that has 5,000 plus, you can get a ton of shares. You can get a ton of your regular people commenting. That doesn't make them a custom, like it's not how you get them to pay money for anything, honestly. So it can happen. I manage a page that has 740,000 followers. 740,000. We get lots of comments. We get lots of shares. They love to share. Sometimes when we try to get them to buy something, it's crickets. So some of that is just depends on who's you targeted. It could just be that they like the recipes they're putting up. So the best thing that you can do, and I'll talk about, I'm going to be doing a class on this, is you've got to go into Creator Studio and really look at your data. What are they, because you guys, Creator Studio will tell you your data, like how many people commented on a share, how many people shared it. Like it gives you so, like I can get lost in Creator Studio because it just gives me so much data and I love that. And that's such a great thing as a business owner to have that info. It's like Google Analytics. It's just Google Analytics for Facebook and Instagram. So, but great question. Without knowing the page, I can go into a page and you can see if they're running ads. You can go to the ad library and see that. So sometimes I'll look at that to see why are they getting what they're getting. Sometimes they just have an ad.
I don't remember the name, but it is a big food blogger, and it's just 100 comments are just people's name tagged in them, which seems odd. So I don't know if she had trained people to do that.
It could also be that she sends that from email and has them tag a friend. I've seen people, and you've got to be careful with this, but I've seen people put it in email and say, hey, I'm doing a giveaway, and if you go tag your friend, you'll be entered. If Facebook ever finds out that you're doing that, they will literally shut your page down. And I've had people say, no, they won't. And I'm like, I've seen it happen. I saw somebody last week who had 100,000 plus people on their page and they got completely shut down for running a giveaway and Facebook found out about it. It's just not the smart way to do it. I mean, you can literally run a Facebook ad for $2 to $3 a day and get the same results. Like it's just not smart to have them tagging people. Like it's against Facebook's terms of services. If you say to somebody, in order to win, you have to share and you have to tag somebody, it's against Facebook's terms of services, flat out. You can get your thing shut down and your personal profile shut down. It's not just your page, it's your group, it's your page, it's your personal profile. All of that can be poof, gone, and you will not get it back. You might get your personal back after a while, but they don't play. And the bigger your page is, man, the more, when you're at about 2,000 plus, you just need to know the rules. Flat out, you need to know the rules. You can take them off Facebook and do a contest, but man, I don't do that with business owners. When they are like, let's do a contest, we do them on a few things, but man, we don't send them back in and tag people. We're just not going to take that chance. So that may be what they're doing. That would be my guess. I'd have to look at it and even see, like, are they running an ad that Facebook just hasn't caught yet? Facebook is a little busy right now with the elections and false news. Like, they're just in the virus. They're a little busy at the moment. So it is what it is. Okay, guys, I'm going to answer some of these questions. Y'all had some great questions on here. So somebody asked, how do I analyze what's most effective on an individual basis to make sure that to make sure you're not spinning all your wheels, wasting time and money? Anybody ever feel like social media can be a black hole, right? So where do you spend that time? when I do a strategy call with somebody and I go through all of their business and I look at every piece of it, social media, email, website, all of that. I always say it's super easy to do Facebook and Instagram because you can schedule both of those using Facebook Scheduler. You just put them a couple days apart. So that's super easy to do. Always say do that. I don't think if you're great on video, do YouTube. You've got to figure out where is your traffic coming from? Where are your people hanging out at? So like there's not like one size fits all. I don't get a ton of traffic on Instagram. I just don't. So yeah, I'll post using Creator Studio, but I'm not going to put all my time and my effort into that. If you're running Facebook ads, you want to do Facebook different and you want to do Instagram. You want to separate those. Because if not, Facebook's going to throw that money wherever, just wherever. It's just what they do. So you need to know kind of like looking at your Google Analytics, looking in all your data, looking at all that, and what do you enjoy? If you hate, like I have not got on TikTok. Why? I don't like being silly. Like that's just like, I'm not gonna stand there and like do some stupid silly move or whatever. It's just not gonna happen. So that's a waste of my time to do TikTok because I'm not gonna be consistent with it. To be consistent would be what I would say, and you're just gonna have to look at your data and figure out where you want to be. Tips on getting more engagement. You need to be posting twice a day. I have a whole training, and you will get a link to that. I'll show you in just a second what it looks like, but you're going to get a link with a coupon to it. How to write your business post, how to write posts that get conversation. I've actually given you like 26 graphics in that, and I just keep adding to it because it's my Google Drive. You've got to be talking to them. Like, what are your people interested in? And y'all, you can do a post and it may blow up, and you can do a post and it may go flat. Like, there's no rhyme or reason to some of this. So if it goes flat, try it on a different day. If it goes flat the second time and you look at your data, it's probably not talking to your ideal client. Sometimes if you've done Facebook ads, you've got the wrong audience. I see that all the time. I have a particular graphic, it's in that set of graphics, that I ask people, like, if you could spend $500, what 2 stores, what 1 store would you spend it in? You can absolutely target the wrong people. I had a gal come to me, she wanted to build out a membership, and I was like, okay, you got 50,000 on your Facebook page. That can't be that hard. So I put up the graphic because that's one of the things I always do with my peeps. And over 90% of them said they would go spend $500 at Dollar Tree. And I was like, okay, one, what are you buying at Dollar Tree for $500? That's what I wanted to know. But when you're trying to sell a $27 membership, and these people are going to spend $500 in Dollar Tree, there was no way in heck we were going to move them over. And that's where she was struggling. And I was like, who did you target? She goes, well, I do a lot of Dollar Tree crafts, so I targeted Dollar Tree. And I'm like, well, Houston, we have a problem. So you've got to know, like, you've got to know your people. You've got to get the right people on your page. If you've got some of the wrong people, you can absolutely delete some of them. But then just start to build that. Like, who do you want on your page? Who are your ideal people? I love doing Facebook ads because you can absolutely narrow that down to somebody who has expendable income coming in. Like, they need to have a job and not be, I mean, no offense to people working at Walmart. I love you, but waitresses, Walmart, people that work at Dollar Tree, they don't have expendable income to be able to buy stuff. So you've got to kind of know, but those are some, you just have to build that engagement. You got to build that community. Here's a great question that I get asked probably 5 to 10 times a week. How do you build an audience that converts to sales? Okay. So I want y'all to raise your hand, or you know what, let's do this. Use your little reaction thing down here on the bottom. Have you or anyone you've known ever bought something off Facebook and it was crap, or you never received it? Anybody? Yeah. Oh, like, where's this darn reaction thing she's talking about? It's on the bottom.
Yeah.
I can see on Candy's face, like, what is Connie asking down there? So people come to Facebook, they want to be entertained, they want to see something funny. They don't trust the selling process on Facebook. They just don't. You can run ads. They cost a lot to get somebody to buy directly off Facebook. So like for a $37, like let's say you're selling a $24 t-shirt, you're going to spend about $24 to get that person. So where the magic happens is that you've got a great funnel in place on the other end where you offer them a one-time deal or something like that. It's just more expensive to try to get an actual sell. So how do you get them to be into customers? They've got to have value from you. So here's what I always just recommend. They need to go from here's a post to a Facebook group. And in that Facebook group, you need to be getting them on your email list. Okay, I'm going to be doing a training on that of how do you do that. Once they're on that email list, you're emailing them twice a week. Value, sell. Like you're just giving them value and you're giving them little things that they can buy. And once you start to do that, they'll transition into customers. Normally what I see from business owners is that they just simply want to put up a post and try to sell something. Michelle, do you have a question? Oh, okay. And it just doesn't work. It just doesn't. There's a few times, but usually you're sending them off somewhere else. So you've just got to move them along a process. I asked the other day in my email how everybody was doing. And I had 3 people tell me their business sucked and they were getting no sales. And I was like, okay. So I was trying to troubleshoot a little bit. And I said, okay, well, you know, what are you posting? What's your process? Well, I've been posting on social media once in a while. And I'm like, okay, and then where do they go? They're like, I put links. I mean, I've already told you guys, when you put links, the engagement's down. So if all you're doing is posting, buy me. I mean, how many of y'all, like, you even look at ads right now, it's like you're bombarded with, you need this, you need that, you need this, you need that. I mean, they're not even trying to like give you value. They're just like, buy it. I mean, sometimes that works. There might be something I really think, okay, but that price range is not going to be super high. It's going to be that little bit lower because I'll give you a great example. I bought something the other day from somebody because it was recommended by somebody. And then I saw an ad. Funny how that happens. And it was $29. And I thought her course looked great, but I bought the $29 product and it sucked. I mean, it was awful. And I was like, well, at least I saved myself $500 for a course because I won't be purchasing that. So, I mean, we've all gotten burned. We've all had stuff. You've got to move them along to the process. If you're simply just posting and just putting links, they're not going to purchase. Candy. Okay, so Candy has a great question. And Candy, I'm actually going to be doing a full training on this. So what do you post on your business page versus your business group? Okay, so think of your business page as a magazine cover. Okay, so you're standing in line at the checkout. Okay, you look over, you're waiting on all the people in front of you, and there's all these magazines, and you see all these headlines. Here's a great soup recipe. Here's cleaning in 30 minutes, whatever it is. What makes you pick up that magazine? It's the headlines, right? And so your page is that magazine cover. Your Facebook group is the inside of that magazine. Now, here's the thing with that. You want to have 1 to 2 offers that you're giving them, and then there's a specific strategy that you use. So you're not constantly like, here's a link, here's this, here's that. Like, you're moving them on, you're not overwhelming them, but then like once a week, here's either email opt-in or something to purchase. It just depends on how. And now it's really cool in groups. Now they have it to where you can see your insights. So you can see your top posts of engagements. They just rolled this out. There's a lot of data in settings, but now you can look to see, kind of like in Creator Studio, I can see that engagement. So you can go in there and kind of see, like, are they ignoring me when I put up a post? Like, do I need to get them in the email? Maybe I haven't given them enough value. So there's a specific strategy for that. So, but think of it like cover inside the magazine. Okay. And there's some fun things you can do with groups. There really is some fun things that you can do with groups. Okay, Robin had a question. I have limited time. Should I concentrate on creating a Facebook group? She already has a Facebook page or a website. So she doesn't quite have a website up and going yet. I would tell you hands down a Facebook group. But again, you can't just random go in there, post when you want, however you want. You've got to have a strategy behind that. So you just do. And then I would do a website. Most of you guys have websites, so not really worried about that. And Michelle, I think this was your question. Best platform to host opt-in and tripwires. Was that your question? Okay. So I always build opt-in and tripwires on a page on your website because it takes away, they don't get distracted. And if you're running Pinterest promoted pins, that's the best place for them to land. Because if you've got ads going or you have like different recipes or something, I don't know what your site is, but if you have other stuff over here on your sidebar, they will totally get distracted and they'll go to the other side and you've lost them. So I always do those as pages. You can host your opt-in either on your website or depending on your email provider. Some of them do it, some of them don't. You can put it up into your email provider. Some people have done them as Google Docs. It needs to be a PDF because if not, they're always trying to edit it. You can't have it as, I promise you, we've done, I don't know how many times I've told somebody like, it says make a copy. So I just don't even do that anymore, hardly ever. I don't love password protected pages at all. I've seen a few where people have done like, here's all the printables behind that. So I wouldn't say it doesn't always work. I just don't think it's the best thing to do. A good funnel sequence. So I actually have a 4-part email that I send it in where they get the tripwire again at a higher price. And then usually that converts pretty well. But there is a specific sequence of emails. So when somebody works with me, like you play Mad Libs with me. So I give you, and I'm like, okay, I need a little bit of you right here. But I did a really great training with Liz Wilcox where she walked us through exactly, and it converts really, really well. Has people opening it, helps to build that like and that trust with people. And that's what you're after. You're after them to get a quick win. That's the whole purpose, you guys, of an opt-in and tripwire. especially opt-in, quick win. Like whatever your website is, if you're a health coach, I've talked to a lot of health coaches lately, like they want to like give them a 5-day challenge. That's not a quick win. I want to know a smoothie recipe that I can make in the next 30 minutes. I don't want 5 days because I don't know you. And if you're a health coach, I know that eventually you're going to try to want me to coach with you. So people are not stupid, so you want to give them like a super quick win. So that's part of just knowing your audience and putting those pieces together. So, and it's just different for every page. Like I can't say like, this is one thing. It's really not. It just depends on your page. So if you haven't scheduled with me, I do tripwires and opt-ins a lot. We could definitely look at that. So do you want to make it super simple?
Thank you. Yes, I will be scheduling something. Something when you said about when they come from Pinterest, I thought on mobile they don't really see your sidebar anyway. So what does like?
I think they still do. It just depends on your site.
Okay.
But even if you have ads, Candy, like I was cussing at Candy's the other day because her, who are you? Remind me who you're using for ads.
Monumetric.
Okay, yeah, I was cussing at them. Honestly, like was ready to like cuss them out because the ads were popping up so hard on my opt-in and my tripwire that I was doing for her, I couldn't even see it. So I knew that somebody coming, like, it was like putting it in the middle of all this stuff. And I'm like, no, I literally just want them to land and put in their email. Like, here's the freebie, put in your email. Same thing with the tripwire. Like, here's a little bit of information. There's a certain sequence because there's 3 types of people who are coming to your site. There's the quick fix. There's a person who's quick start. Like $7, 50% off, sign me up. I will buy it. I'm one of those if I really want it. There's other people that they need to know the benefits. What do I get in this? And then there's other people that need to know who else has tried this. I don't want to be the first one. And so that's why we put the testimonials in there. So you're covering like all 3 of those people. So it's just one of those, one size doesn't fit all, but some of the stuff is a little bit the same depending on what you're doing. Okay, guys, that's all the questions I had. Any other questions that you guys have? Okay, I'm going to show you guys something fun right quick I've been working on. You're going to see my messy desktop probably. Oh, you're going to see the Zoom where I had to schedule 5 times. So let me tell you guys a little bit about, so I found out about Member Vault the other day. And this is a great thing for any of you guys because you can go in, you could create lessons, you could put in, if you do recipes, you could do it to where they get a recipe each month. It's totally free up to 100 people. So by the time you get 100 people, so you're not going to want to do like free, like you're going to want to come up with some sort of paid thing. But I have created for you guys, and don't go do this right quick because there's a coupon code coming. But this is the question I get asked all the time. What do I post on Facebook? What is it, Connie? What do I need to do? And so there's 5 lessons. They're super easy to go through. I put some bonuses. There's a template of how to organize your post. So literally you can copy and paste your post. Once you get a month done, you can just recycle those. There's over 20 graphics to help you get more conversations, to get people talking. There's 50 questions to get more engagement. And then there's some one-on-one help if you need help. It's $27, but you guys are going to get a coupon to get $7 off of that. But it literally walks you through, like, how do I write a business post? How do I do a conversation post? I do a video. I give you a workbook that goes with all of that so you can see all of that. I'm very visual. Not everybody may be visual, but I'm visual. So there's, video and everything that goes with that. So this is the first one. The next class will be Facebook groups. So this is a really cool just way to help you be able to just go through and figure out what all you need. So, but there's a coupon code coming for those in my email. So be on the lookout for that. But my goal is to just be able to help you guys put the pieces together. So, because there's just not really anybody out there doing it, and to make it affordable, because I just don't think you need $1,000 course.
So am I on your email list now that I signed up for this?
You are.
Okay.
You are. You'll get emails on Tuesday, Thursday, or Tuesday, Fridays. So, any other questions? Oh, this was fun. This is the first time I've done like a Q&A. So, did y'all like it?
Yeah, that was great. Thank you.
Okay. We'll try to do one a month. I will say one a month. We'll do one a month. Anytime you have questions, though, just hit reply in the email. Let me know. I'm happy to try to help in any way that I can. So you guys, the replay will be out, probably out on Monday. And then you'll have a little bit of time if you want that class to get the discount. So there always, I think, probably will be a discount as long as you're on my email list. So I think it's what I'm going to do. But if you have topics that you're like struggling, just let me know. So, because y'all, I do a lot of pages. So, and I write a lot of content for people. So, we can figure it out. Facebook is always changing. So, you just have to stay up to date on Facebook. It just changes a lot. So, but anyway, I can't wait to see y'all again. And we'll do another one. I'll get y'all the date for the next one. And hopefully we won't have any Zoom issues. No password stuff or whatever. I'm going to hit pause real quick.